Hello, everyone. I was talking on mute. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever country you are. Welcome to our webinar. I can see everyone. Thank you for joining. Preston, Juliet, Ian, Abdubasit, Mary, Loretta. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Please, let's just wait 1 more minute. Let's wait 1 more minute for others to join us and we'll kickstart this webinar. Mr. Peter, welcome. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And please, in the comment section, in the chat section, please let us know the country you are from. You're watching us from, please. Let us know the country you're watching us from, because we are all over. We are open to all African countries in the world. So just let us know the country you are from. Okay. We can start now. Okay, welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I said that before. Okay, my name is Grace. I'm the program lead and community engagement manager of Hawaii. So today I really want to welcome you all to our webinar. So just like I say, let us know the country you're watching us from or you're listening to us from. And there is also a gift. Hope you know that there's a gift for the first 50 persons to be in attendance. There's a gift. Just watch out for the chat section and be at alert. Okay. Thank you all. So lovely to have everyone here. I'm so happy to have everyone here. Okay. So I'm officially welcoming you all to African Women in AI. So you would want to ask, what is African Women in AI? Yeah, we are a vibrant community. We're committed to empowering African women and the underrepresented voice in the field of artificial intelligence. Our goal is to create an inclusive ecosystem where women can learn, lead, shape the future of AI across the continent. And our parent company is AIBIA, Artificial Intelligence Blockchain Initiative Africa. We're founded by AIBIA. So we're like the baby of AIBIA. AIBIA is our father. AIBIA is our founder. Okay, and we're also funded by Deep Funding. Deep Funding has funded different AI initiatives of over $7 million. So we're funded by Deep Funding, and part of why AIBIA were created is to extend that opportunity to other AI innovators. In our community hub, we cater for the different types of people. We have the curious, we have the curious, those that know nothing about AI, but they are curious. This hub is for you. And we have the beginners, those that have 1 or 2 ideas about artificial intelligence. You're welcome. This hub is for you. We have the intermediates, those who probably has taken a course or 2 in artificial intelligence. This space is also for you. And we have the advanced as well. We have the advanced, so those the AI innovators, those that have AI products, those that have founded communities, those that have founded some maybe chat bots and all of that. This community is for you. We cater for every kind of persons. Okay, for the curious and for the beginners, we have a community on Discord, on Telegram, and we also have on WhatsApp. So if you check the comment section, you should be seeing the link of our WhatsApp, the link of our Discord, and the link of our Telegram in the chat section. And Loretta will do that for us, so we can join the community. In the community, as a curious or as a beginner, we have courses that we put out there. We have links we put out there for you to register, maybe take on an AI course. We have videos for you to watch, tutorial videos to teach you on different things about AI. And for the intermediate and the advance the AI innovators, you are going to be funded by deep funding. Yeah, you're going to be funded by deep funding. You're going to be taught how to write proposals, and you can be funded as much as $100,000 for your project. But we are here to guide you on all that. We are here to see you through the proposal process. We are here to hold your hands. Yes, we are here to hold your hands on how to get into deep funding and on how to get the funds. We're all here for you. And most especially, we have mentorship section and networking. So if you want to network as at any level, you're a curious, you're a beginner, you're intermediate, and you're an advanced AI innovator, this is a space for you to network. We have a lot of people, even our speakers here are also from our community. We have our speakers that I'll be introducing very soon. They are also from our community. And talking about that, we are having a networking program coming soon. It will get across to you. I hope I see everyone there. It's going to be an interesting section. So just be on the lookout for this space. So I hope my speakers are here. I hope my speakers are here. So what the speakers will be handling today, please, you can mute your mic. Thank you. If you're joining, you can mute the mic. Yeah, thank you very much. So we have our speakers will be taking introduction to AI and introduction to artificial intelligence and machine learning. Yeah. So we are going to put you through the entire process without the whole technical overwhelm. You don't need to know coding. You don't need to be the big guns in AI before you learn all of this. No, 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 no. We are here for you. So that is what our speakers are here to handle. We are here to hold your hands. We are here to hold your hands little by little by little until you get it. So we are here for you. You can reach out to us. Like I said, you can come on the community. We are on WhatsApp, we are on Telegram, and we're on Discord. Our WhatsApp is a fun community. So I can't wait to see every one of you here. So our first speaker, Mary, I hope Mary is here, not Mary Njoki. Our first speaker is from Kenya. She's a Kenyan. So you see, we are not just we are everywhere. We're in South Africa, we are in Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. We are in Kenya, we're in Tanzania, Gambia. Mention any Africa country you are in, you are welcome to be here. So our first speaker is going to be taking us on introduction to AI. Yeah, introduction to AI. And she's from Kenya. Very beautiful lady. You would like her. You really like her. Very beautiful lady. Mary is one of the most beautiful ladies I've ever met. One of the most beautiful ladies I've ever met. But I'm not just beauty with the brains. Like, she has a lot for us. She has an AI literacy hub already founded. So Mary is here to take us on introduction to artificial intelligence. Mary, are you in the house? So her name is Mary Waweru. Please pardon me. I hope I'm not murdering your name. I hope I'm not murdering your name. Mary, are you in the house? If you're in the house, please. The floor
Hi,
is
Grace.
for you. Hi, Mary. Oh, you also Mary Njoki, right?
Yeah, Njoki is my second name, but
Oh,
mostly I'm
Njoki,
known
I'm so
as
sorry.
Waweru. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming. It's so lovely to see your face.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
thank you,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Okay, so you have
Thank you
the
so much.
floor. I leave it to you. See you in the next few minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Um, Before I even introduce myself, I'd love to meet all of you who are here today. So, as Grace had said, let's all put our country flag, an emoji, in the chat so that we see every country that has been represented before I share my presentation and introduce myself. We have Nigeria. Just send where your country, where you're coming from. We have Ghana, Kenya. I am representing Kenya. Anyone else? Ghana. Bright is from Ghana. We have Emma from Nigeria. Loretta, I think she's from Kenya, from Nigeria, sorry. Rose from Kenya. Ivia is representing Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, and Zambia. Nice. Esther from Nigeria. Isa from Nigeria. Okay, okay. Peter from Abuja, Nigeria. Joseph. You have something you want to say before we continue? Oh, we have Evelyn from South Africa. Oh, South Sudan, sorry. Sashal from Nigeria. Oh, nice. I love it. So thank you so much, everyone, for availing yourselves and making time to be here. I am very excited to be here today, and I'm excited to meet all of you. And I am Mary Waweru, and I am an AI literacy trainer. I'm also a digital marketing strategist, and I am the founder of AI Literacy Hub. And I am really excited to be here and to share with you just an introduction of how you can get started with AI and everything you need to know if you want to get started. And I think it will appeal to everyone, from the curious to the beginners to the experts. We all have something. You'll all get a bit of an insight that you can add to whatever you're already doing. And I am really excited to be here. So let's start. So for today's session, what I wanted to look at is, so this is what we look at today. Number one, let's understand, why do we need to have this session? Why is African women and AI a thing? Why is AI Literacy Hub a thing? Why are we all gathered here today to do this? It is because AI is transforming the world in every industry, from business to healthcare to art to engineering. Regardless of the industry that you're in, AI is transforming, it's disrupting your world. And so that is why we are here today. That is why everyone here made time to come and to learn and understand what is AI, how do you get into it if you haven't gotten into it yet. And so that is one of the things that we'll be looking at. And then number two thing is about we as Africa. So we've seen most of these tools that we will be talking about today, and all of them that you have already used. Most of them are coming from Europe or from the US or from Australia. But we as Africans, and of course, as African women in AI, we need to be part of the shaping of this technology, because we cannot just be consumers. We need to also be part of the creators. We need to be part of the innovators. We need to understand these tools that are coming up. And we also need to build our own tools that will cater for us as Africans, that will cater for us as African women. Another reason why this session is important is because it gives you a strong foundation as you begin your AI journey so that you can start confidently and have a good foundation. And as you continue, you will continue finding like your niche or your thing or how you can integrate AI into your role, because I understand we are all from different industries. So before I continue, I want to understand most of us, which industry are we in? Just put it in the chat. Which industry are you in? Or which sector? Like, are you in marketing or are you in the healthcare industry? Are you in art? Are you in business? Which industry are you in? Civic tech, Hannah. Thank you. Agricultural research, Peter. Nice, nice, nice. We have tech. I don't know how to pronounce that, but he's in tech. Okay, he or she. Bright is in business, accounting. Nice, nice, nice. Sashal is in healthcare. It's good that we have almost all the industries here. So Yemi is in Martech and IT. Safia is in space technology. Oh, amazing. Nice. And Stanley is in fintech. I love that almost all the industries have been represented here today. So it's a good thing. And out of 5, where are you with AI? I want to understand where we all are. Out of 5, where do you think you are? So number 5 is you're a complete expert in AI. Number 1 is you're curious, you don't know anything. Number 2, you're a beginner. Number 3, you're in the middle, you're intermediate. 4, you are somewhere there, almost expert, but still intermediate. So I want to know, where are you? We have Armstrong 1, he's curious. Safia 3, intermediate. Bright 2, beginner. Emma 1, curious. Nice, 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 nice. A few more people and then we continue. Bukola 3, Sashal 1, Loretta 2. Very nice. Thank you everyone for Yemi 3.5. Yeah, I get it. It's possible to be somewhere there, point something. Grace 3. Nice, nice, nice. Joseph 2. Thank you for your feedback. So what you should expect in this session today, number 1, we'll cover the 30 must know AI terms. So you hear all these terms being thrown here and there. So I want you to understand the core concepts of AI, and we shall look at it using the different terms that are being used, like what is AI, what is machine learning, LLMs, chatbots, all of that. So that is what we'll be looking at. And then we'll have clear definitions of these terms so that by the time you're getting out of here, you will understand all the core concepts of AI, and you'll have almost like a roadmap of where you can go. And then we'll have real life relevance of all these core concepts of AI. And then we'll also have tools and trends that you can explore after this session. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So number 1, we'll look at the core concepts of AI. If you have a question, just remember to put it in the chat, and then we shall take more questions at the end of the session. So the first core concepts in artificial intelligence, let's start with artificial intelligence. So thank you, Idea. Artificial intelligence, what is it? What are we talking about? What is AI? So AI, in a nutshell, it's machines simulating human intelligence. And what we mean by this is that machines acting and working like humans, the way humans do. So humans write, they see, the five common senses that we humans have. We think, so it's machines doing that humans do. I hope you understand that. In a nutshell, whatever you can do, so it's machines learning how to do it. And then machine learning. So machine learning is like a branch of AI that learns from data. So machine learning, it is fed in data. Like for example, with ChatGPT, it was fed in a lot of data, articles, academic papers. It was fed so many things, and that is why it can produce data. So the process of feeding it that data, so that is learning, that is machine learning. And then deep learning is a branch of machine learning. So deep learning is almost the same as machine learning, but the difference is deep learning is more complex. So like machine learning, it's only a single line. Like for example, with ChatGPT, it can only produce text. Okay, right now it can produce even images and videos, but it is just one line. For deep learning, and a good example of deep learning is the self-driving cars. So they learn how to drive, and they learn how to see, they have vision, they learn how to, they also have speech, they speak to the passenger, who, because most of them are used as taxis. So they are learning from complex tasks, and they have neural networks. So they have a lot of networks. So it's deep learning. It's like machine learning, but more tasks. And then neural networks. So what are neural networks? That is just, in simple terms, it's almost how your brain looks like. So the networks that, or the algorithms that your brain has, you see all those neurons. So that is the neural networks, and that is what these machines use to learn. Number 5, we have, okay, five, we have generative AI. And generative AI, as the name suggests, it is AI, or a branch of artificial intelligence that creates texts, it creates images, it creates music. So the thing is, it creates, it generates. And generative AI, I think it's the most, thank you so much, everyone. Generative AI is the most common branch of AI because of ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of those, they are generative. Most that we know, most that we are using are generative. And an example of machine learning, I realized something, especially when I am training. Most people think that unless you've used ChatGPT or unless you've used Gemini, you've probably never used AI in your life. But I'm here to tell you that you have used AI a lot of times in your life, because if you're using Facebook, if you're using Instagram, all those are machine learning. The algorithm, as we keep saying, that is machine learning. If you use Google, that is machine learning. YouTube, Netflix, Spotify, that is machine learning. That is how the tool, like for example, like Spotify, that is how it knows which is the next song it should give you. YouTube knows which is the next best video it can give you. That is machine learning. So all of this, I hope most of us have already used. If you have never used any of this, if you feel like you've never used any of this, please drop a 1 in the comments. Yes, machine learning has always been part of our lives. I believe all of us, we've already used Like, unless you don't have a phone, that is when you can say you've probably never used any of this. So the first part that we have already done was about defining the core concepts. And now that we understand what artificial intelligence is, machine learning is, deep learning, and the difference between machine learning and deep learning, difference between AI and machine learning, I think all of you have already understood that. And if you have understood, please react with react with an emoji of how you feel after the first session. Okay, thanks, Ian. Do you feel like you've understood? Or if you've not understood, just do a thumbs down so that we know. Okay, I think we are good. We are good. Thank you. So let's move on to the second session. And the second part, we want to talk about tools and interfaces. So we have already seen the core concepts, and you already have an idea of what these core concepts are. So let's move on. We have LLMs. I'm sure most of us have already had these things: LLMs, chatbots, AI agents, automations, just being thrown out there, and you probably don't understand what exactly it is. So what are LLMs? LLMs are large language models. And so these are models that have been trained by data sets that are large language. So like ChatGPT, it was trained using large language, like those academic papers, all those articles from Google. So those are large language models. So the data that was input is large data sets of language, and it will put out language. So the examples are ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, Claude. You've probably already used some of them, if not all. Grok, yeah. Meta AI, yeah, Loretta. So let me just repeat. The examples of LLM are ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Meta AI, DeepSeek, Grok. So these models that use language, and we also have another term, natural language processors. So large language models and NLPs are almost the same thing. So natural language processors are also LLMs because they process natural language. I hope we are good there, Loretta. And then, thank you. The second term that we have is chatbots. So chatbots, these are AI tools that chat like humans, and we've seen them a lot. Even in the community on WhatsApp, we had people building chatbots that can be used on WhatsApp. If you're in the group, I'm sure you've already seen that, and you probably have already created one for yourself or for your customers. And so what these chatbots do, nowadays it is very common. When you go to any website, you see the chatbot on your bottom right corner, and it is just there saying, "Hi Mary, hi Nancy, what would you like me to do for you today?" And it will help you go through the website. If you are finding it hard to find a certain tab, it will help you do that. And we also have like WhatsApp chatbots. Those are also very, very common right now, and mostly they're used for customer support. In case a customer is asking questions that are FAQs, that are frequently asked questions, like what is the price of this, what other dresses do you have, those common questions, a chatbot can help with that. So it's literally an AI bot that chats like human. And then AI agents. We've seen AI agents, they are really, really coming up. And if you haven't gotten to have a look at AI agents, I'm going to push you in the right direction. I think the best one for AI agents is called N8N. I've just dropped it in the chat. So what are AI agents? Even before you go look at these websites that I have dropped in the chat. AI agents, these are systems that can act and make decisions. So like for example, the most common AI agent that we've seen is one that does research. Okay, I'll give you two examples, and I have seen these two case studies being done. So the first one, it's for doing research, and mostly because I'm in marketing, it's for doing market research. So what this AI agent does, you go to this website, you create the first agent, you give it a task, it can go to Google, it can Google about your competitors, for example. It will get all the information about your competitors, and then it will come and give you all that data, you see. And then that AI agent, you can pair one agent, you can pair two agents, or even more. So you can have another agent take all this data that has been collected by the AI agent, the first one. So the second one will take all this data and it will now start doing like a market analysis or a competitor analysis for you. And then it can give you, like, for example, it can give you data information from that. And you can also have another agent now take all this information that has been done by the second AI agent and have it send it as an email to you or send it to your team members, so that, and you see, these are things that, for example, like competitor analysis, it's not something you do once and stop. Maybe you do it monthly, maybe you do it quarterly. So you can have these AI agents. When it gets to end of month, they will do it naturally, okay, automatically. You don't have to stay there and tell them, okay, I want you to be doing this, but it will just do it. So in a nutshell, that is AI agents. Another use case of an AI agent that I have seen that I am also looking at. So it's called like press or media PR type of AI agents. And so these ones, what you do, for example, like, so this is how I have been using these AI agents. You ask the first agent to go to Google or whatever browser and find media houses, tech media houses that you would want your PR to go to. So they bring emails or they bring those forms that you are supposed to send your articles to. So it will go and collect all that. You tell it, like, for example, I am in Uganda and I want to do a PR for my company. We are doing this, we are doing that. It will go and it will get all of that, and it will bring you all the emails or all the forms. And then you can have now your article there, and then you have another agent now take all this information and take your article, send the article to emails where it's emails, and where it's forms, you just give it your information and it will go and fill in the form, for example, fill in the contact form, fill in whatever you want. So that is AI agents. These are systems that act and make decisions like humans. So, and it will tell you, you have given it a job. So it's like your employee. You have given it a job. It will come and tell you, okay, this number of emails bounced. This number of emails went through. You can even have them read your emails and tell you which emails were opened, which emails, like, there's so much you can go with that, and you can pair as many agents as you want. And it's also very simple to do it. So you just need to learn. And also, for me, my opinion is that you need to start with a problem. You see, like, for example, may have a PR problem. I want to push my PR, and where I am, I'm not able to employ a PR, someone to do PR for me. So I can use this AI agent. So start with the problem that you have and then understand. Some problems you'll need an LLM. You'll need ChatGPT to do it for you. Some problems you need a chatbot. Other problems might need an AI agent. Other problems might need automations. So it's important to understand your problem, understand where you are, understand what you can afford, and then now with these tools and these interfaces, now you can move on from there. Concept number 4 is automation. So automations, these are AI that handle repetitive tasks. So I know, right now you might be wondering, so what's the difference between an AI agent and an automation workflow? So like, for example, an automation, what it looks like, Yemi is asking if I could please reshare my screen. It's not showing on your end. Oh, what about, can everyone else see the screen? Okay. So Yemi, maybe you can try like reloading. Try reloading. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. So I was speaking about automations and I was saying probably, plus Yemi, don't worry, we will share in the group this presentation afterwards. So you'll have it to go through. Thank you. The difference between automations and AI agents. So it's almost like cousins or sisters from a different mother, that type of thing. But automations, what they do, they handle repetitive tasks. Like every morning you wake up, you check your email, you reply to a few clients here and there, or an automation that I just set up the other day was like, for example, this client had Typeform. So Typeform is a place where the clients fill in their details, and then she had to manually go back to Typeform and send the clients like their responses. So apparently Typeform doesn't give you that in the free version. So she had to do it herself. And you see, she receives a good number of responses. Remy, please mute yourself. Thank you.
Oh, battery.
Sorry?
I have battery problem. Let me recharge. Sorry.
Okay, but you can just mute yourself. Thank you. So I was talking about an automation that someone can set up. So clients come in and they fill your Google form, or they fill in your Typeform, or whatever form that you might be using to collect data from your customers. And after they have filled in that form, you give them, you want to send an email, and the email is almost same, except dear, the name of the person will be different, and a few things there, they can be different. And you usually do this every time, and it's almost the same email that you send to every client, like, thank you for replying to this form, we'll get in touch with you, or book a call here. So these are the types of things that we automate. And the two tools that we use for automations is Zapier and Make. I'm going to tap that so that if you want to look at it later, you can have a look. So just go to zapier.com or make.com and have a look at these automations. And they are very simple to use. Well, you can just learn a little and you will know how to use it. And then the good thing is that there is templates, especially email and whatever. So you can get those templates So go have a look at it and understand what automations, and like I said, understand your problem first, and then understand if the problem is supposed to be handled by an automation or an AI agent or what. Okay, so the next concept is prompt engineering. So prompt engineering, this is a new trend that is coming up with AI, and what it is about in a nutshell, it's about crafting inputs to guide AI results. So in layman's language, it's about the text that you put in, or a prompt can also be a voice note. So the input that you give to an AI, that is a prompt. So prompt engineering, it's just about the input that you give to an AI so that you can get a particular result. The better your prompt, the better your result. And it is very important, every time you're writing a prompt, start with what you want AI to do for you. Like, I want you today to act as a marketing expert. I want you to act as a tech sales consultant. I want you to act, give it a role so that it knows, so that you're pointing it in the right direction, so that it understands and it gives you better results. And then always give more and more context, and you should also give even like constraints. Like, I want you to write a one-page article. I want you to write a LinkedIn post that is not more than 200 words. Give it constraints so that it doesn't go again. If you give it a good prompt, you'll get a good output out of it. So it is very important to learn prompt engineering. And I think for me, the best way to learn prompt engineering is to get in there yourself and start doing it, and start learning what is working, what is not working. And yeah, so thumbs up if you feel you're good with that second part. Thumbs down if you have a bit of an itch. Okay, thank you. Thank you. If you have a question, please don't hesitate to put it in the chat, and then we move to the third part. Yes, the best way to learn prompt engineering is practice. So practice, 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 and not just prompt engineering, even building these AI agents or building like an automation workflow. It is very simple, but you need to start with, first of all, getting out of that fear and changing your mindset, getting in there, and then practice, practice, practice. So consistency and keeping up with these tools. They come up every day. Right now, I think AI agents are the big thing, but they are getting better every day. So learn how to move with that. So the third part that we are going to look at today is data and learning. And here, let's look at data sets. What are data sets? So these are sets of data or pieces of information that are used to teach AI. Like, for example, an image generation tool like Midjourney was trained using data sets of images. That is why it can create images. A tool like Sora, which is a video generation tool, it was trained through data sets of videos. That is why it can create video. A tool like Suno, the music generation tools, they were trained with data sets of music. That is why it can generate music. So it's garbage in, garbage out. Whatever it was trained with, it reflects the type of output that it has been trained with. And so that one will come in and we will see it's in bias, how this can go ahead and affect the AI. So number 2 concept is training. I think this one is very self-explanatory. So this is teaching AI using examples. Training. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then we have model. So a model is a trained AI system. So a model, how it looks like, it has inputs. Like, for example, I was involved in a team that we were doing a model that's in the agri-tech sector, and it was a model that could help farmers of cocoa to see if the plants have any like pests or if they have any diseases. So that was a type of a model. And the type of data sets that we used to train that model is we had so many pictures of leaves. So we had leaves that were healthy and we had leaves that were unhealthy. So, and we used to train it through telling it, so this leaf is healthy. We had to label all these data sets. So that is also important. There's labeling of these data sets so that the model can understand and so that the output will be good. So what we were doing, we were training it. We had healthy leaves, we had unhealthy leaves. And for the unhealthy leaves, we had to label and tell it, okay, so this one is suffering from this type of disease or this type of pesticide. And if it's this type of pest, so this is the pesticide that you should use on it. And so the model, after training, after fine-tuning and everything, the model was able to, you can take a picture of a farmer or a user can take a picture of their plants in the garden, and the model will give them the model will give them like recommendations. Okay, so your plant is suffering from this, and this is what you need to do. So that is an example of a model. Bias. So what's a bias? We already understand what a bias is, but in the context of AI, a bias is getting unfair results due to skewed data. Like, for example, the first time the generative image generation tools came out, there was this bias that if you typed in, I want a generate for me an image of a computer scientist or a computer science professional or student, it was definitely going to give you a male person, because the data that it was trained with, it was trained that most computer scientists are male. And of course, that is how the industry was looking at the time when they were training them. So when you asked it for it to give you like the image, an image of a data scientist, that is what it gave you. And that is a bias. Another bias is show me a group of like VCs or tech founders in a meeting. You're going to see white men. So that was also another type of a bias but right now, most of the biases have been fixed, but it is important, and that is why we are having these sessions. It is important that you understand, even AI can have bias. It's not perfect. The data that it was trained with, we humans, naturally, we are biased, and it was trained by a human. So the data that it was given probably was already biased. So that is why it is important, even for us, when you're using these tools, if you notice a kind of bias, you need to put it out. You need to find like an email and give them feedback, because even the developers of these tools, they're looking for feedback so that they can make their models better. So it is important, when you notice a bias, put it out there so that the next person doesn't have to like suffer the consequences of a bias, because biases can get really bad. The final concept in this part is fine tuning. So fine-tuning is adjusting AI for specific tasks. So like, for example, the model that we were doing, the fine-tuning parts of it was, so yes, Grace is talking about another bias. So when you create AI images, they're usually white people pics, because this is what it was trained with. It was trained that most people are white, and an unfortunate bias that was there in the beginning was that if you typed generate for me an image of a robber, it was definitely going to give you a black man. So you see, because they assume it, or it was trained with the data that most people who occupy the prisons, especially in the US, most of them are black men, or that is how the system has been made in that country. So those are the types of biases, and they can get really bad. That is why it is important for all of us to understand this. Yeah, fine tuning, it is adjusting AI for specific results. Like the model that we did, it was the fine tuning part was making sure that it is really catering for the farmer's needs. When the farmer puts in a picture, they can really get a good recommendation, not just a recommendation, but a good recommendation. So let me know, how are you feeling about that session 3/6? Thank you. Preston is good, he's feeling well. Yeah, and feel free to put a thumbs down if you feel like it's not working for you. If there's something you need to understand better. So as I finish up, we have ethics and responsibilities. So ethics, these are principles that guide safe and fair and responsible use of AI. And then we have responsible AI. This is designing AI. So this is for developers, designing AI that doesn't harm. Transparency, making AI decision making clear. That is why it is important even right now when you're posting images that have been created by AI. Right now, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all of them, they need you to tell us, was this AI generated in any way? You need to be transparent. Explainability, the output that you get from an AI tool should be explainable. And data privacy, that is very, very important. Remember not to share any personal information with these tools, because they are used to retrain the AI, and personal information, it can get bad. So remember not to do that, to put in personal information that if it gets out, you will be put in a compromising situation. So we have applications, different applications that are available and their impact. So we have natural language processing. So this is AI that understands human language, typical ChatGPT. You speak to it and it will reply to you naturally. And right now, it can even answer texts, and we will go to that. Like we have these voice tools that are also natural language processing, that they can even answer a call. Like they can take in calls for customer service and really help with your business, you know. And then computer vision, so this is AI that sees and integrates images. So right now, we have those new laptops that they have an AI integrated into it that can see your tabs, it can read your tabs, so it can read your emails. So you can just go and ask it, when is my next meeting, and it can see all of that. It can see what is happening on your computer, and it helps you with everything that is happening. Another example is like the self-driving cars. They have vision, so they can see if there's something ahead, they'll stop and all that. And then another one, we have recommendation systems. These are algorithms like the one used in Instagram or YouTube, AI for social good. So this is solving global issues with AI, like climate change. That is a good one because most of these AI tools, they use such huge servers and they are polluting the environment. And so it is important for them to also find a way to help us innovate new ways of dealing with climate change because they are the ones adding up to the bad climate. So AI for social good. And then a few trends that you need to know about. Okay. Just a minute there. Yeah, so a few trends that you need to know about. We have the no-code tools, and these are the same ones with the we have the vibe coding right now. Go check out Google AI Studio. It's also a good place to do vibe coding if you are a coder. So those are the types of no-code tools that are available. Let me just type it into the chat so that you can go check it out. Google AI Studio. And then we have open source AI. So these are free tools and models that anyone can use. So like ChatGPT, it's an open source. That is why the company is called OpenAI. And then AI agents and workflows, we've already talked about that. APIs, so APIs are tech that connects apps to AI tools. Like for example, when you start looking at automations with Zapier and Make, APIs, they come up a lot because if you need to connect your Google or your Gmail with your Google Sheets, you'll need an API and you'll see it there. And then AGI, this is artificial general intelligence. So it's a different, another concept of AI, and it's a trend that is coming up. And this is a future AI with human level intelligence. And it is not yet here, but it is coming up in the future, and we will see it come up more. So in conclusion, just get started. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to stay curious. And it's good that most of you are curious. You just need to get to be curious and just get started. Start with the free tools and simple tools like ChatGPT, Canva AI, Google AI Studio, Notebook LM. And for me, it's important for you to start with a problem. Don't start with a tool, start with a problem. Like understand a problem that you have for you in your role and how you can use AI to integrate to solve that problem and then build on from there. So thank you so much everyone for this session. It has been great. I'm really excited. And follow me on LinkedIn, Mary Waweru. Follow AI Literacy Hub on all the socials. And I'm excited to hear your feedback. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. I really do appreciate this. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you.
So I know we've all learned a lot, but don't worry, this isn't the end. Someone is joining us real soon, and the person is here. Her name is Hannah Nnejeju. Anna, please, I'm sorry for murdering. If I'm murdering your name, oh, please, you just have to put me through. So Anna is coming up pretty soon. She has more ideas, more information for us. But Hannah, let me see your face, baby.
You actually slaughtered my name.
I'm so sorry.
You slaughtered my name. That's not murder. That's slaughter. Manslaughter.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No
that's the
problem.
issue with we African countries. We have different languages across the continent, so there
Yeah,
is
yeah, I know.
always yeah.
I
So I'm so
know.
sorry. Please, Anna,
I
you have the
know.
floor now. Thank you very much.
Mary, thank you very much. Mary Njoki Waweru. I hope I didn't have to slaughter your name too. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, that was very explicit. In fact, I feel like Mary just handled, I should probably just give it to her. Okay, just continue. I mean, thank you very much. That was very, very explicit. And I think it really helped me, in terms of I think everybody really should give Mary that clap right now. She deserves the clap because I think it helped, handling some of those terminologies I'll probably be using. And, you've been able to demystify or remove the mystery or the veil of it. Thank you very much, Mary. Okay, so I would like to go on. My name is Hannah. I'll share my screen now. Coming. Sorry, I'm coming. Trying to. I believe everyone can see my screen now. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so like I said, my name is Hannah, and basically I work in a civic tech organization and named Dora Data Science, and what we do is majorly just like the name implies, civic tech, and what that means is building solutions. Can everyone hear me? I have a bit of issue with my voice, a little bit of cold, so just under the weather. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well, Hannah.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. So, like I said, civic tech majorly is making solutions or creating solutions that impact the citizens and makes life easy in terms of development sectors, across development sectors rather, more like the education sector, health sector, agri, um, security, elections, all of those sectors. We literally just build tools to help citizens understand these to help them address issues that they've got in terms of public issues that can make life easy for citizens. In terms of things, we've built things like election dashboards. We build things like election dashboards to track assaults, to track battery or issues that happen on site. And these were built like we gathered data from journalists or people that we kept on field to, give us backlog of data sets like Mary mentioned the other time about data sets. They gave us data sets to infused into this, and we were able to put it into our dashboard, and we use it to build dashboards. We've had some this know your candidates. You can Google that, know my candidates Nigeria, because we have partners that also did theirs for, I think that's Nairobi now. So know my candidates Nigeria. We also built something like that where we're able to use it to trace. We've just come to realize that a lot of people are more fixated on the presidential thing when it comes to um, just the presidential election. And a lot of people don't know about the senators, the councillors, the chairman, all of those things. People don't, they are not so bothered about it. But forgetting the fact that beyond the governor or the president, there are other cabinets, that make up things or make things happen. So beyond just the president, we actually build that tool that you can, even just the president and the Senate and all of that, these guys that are trying to, vet for a position, you should be able to trace them, you should be able to know them, most especially the ones for your constituency or your area, and know their information down to their past, trajectory. So that's what the Know My Candidate was for, to actually get people aware and to get them, to educate them in terms of the candidates they are going to be voting for, so that they would make a better decision from there. So really, that's just two out of, just to mention a few. So what machine learning really means, which thank you again, like I said, she had really done this. It's really I'm going to come into it, but this presentation is to demystify machine learning, which I think the first speaker has really done that. Remove the veil of the eyes of machine learning, and provide to us everyday examples, and also guide us on how we can begin our own journey into this transformative field. And you might be wondering that, oh, why does it have to be, why does it have to be AI? Why do I have to wake up to AI and all of that? Just like the first speaker spoke about it. It's beyond just saying, oh, it's going to, I've seen stuff, about how it's going to take your job, how it's going to do this, how it's going to do that. I know even on the general group, there was a post, which I'm not speaking against that post right now, but I'm saying this, that whatever it is, at some point, phones came with this challenge. Presently, everybody's using phone. At some point, social media had this buzz. Oh, it's bad, it's this, it's that, and then you have people actually, running billions. You had guys come from zero to billionaires just from social media. You have niche that's flowed out from social media. You have the content creators now, you have the social media managers, you have the digital marketers, just to mention a few that flown out from, these are like things that streamlined from just the social media thing. And it's also the same thing with AI. Presently, you have guys that are, making stuff, making money, not just making stuff. Ordinary prompt engineering can give you the right money. I know I'm in the civic tech space. It's all about impact, but I'm also talking to you as a business person now, that you should also understand that even AI, your understanding of AI, people have built, $1 million, million naira business from it. And just from ordinary prompt engineering, now you're not even doing anything in coding. So I'm saying this because of people that might think that once you hear tech, it's all about coding. Nah. I need to tell you that. I need to remove that from your head. And I need to let you know that it's not all about coding. There are some major tools that if you are familiar with, like the agentic AI she mentioned, they are mostly pick and drop tools. N8N is mostly pick and drop. You're probably going to have, I think, maybe a little bit of code, but right now, most people are actually using N8N as just the pick and drop tools. And then aside from the N8N, there was one they posted on the group about chatbots, which, you can build it. And there are even AI tools now that you can actually use to build chatbots, like do chatbots for yourself. I think there's one Boxox AI something. So these are like things that you can do and you can sell to guys. I've had cases where I've done built I'm not a graphics designer, but because of Canva and Canva AI and all of that, I've been able to do graphics tools for people. I've been able to do stuff that people will probably want to go pay guys, and I've done it and got my stuff and move on. So I'm just saying this by the way, so for you to understand that Canva does not need code. So, I mean, these are like tools that have embedded AI interface into them, and you don't need codes there. So, understand it, and find yourself into it. So, that's just it. I'm going to face my own work now. So, what is machine learning? Machine learning, like the first speaker said, is enables computers to learn from your data and make predictions without explicit programming. Um, what this simply means is like I'm showing my system, like she mentioned the agriculture sector. That's like trying to trace pest issues with diseases that affect crops and plants, and they're trying to trace it and check it, and then you get the data. So in that aspect, they are trying to check it and see the different labels, leaves that are without issues, leaves that have issues. They are giving this machine all of these data sets, and then the machine takes it in, and it trains the machine uses that to train itself. And so you don't have to consistently always come and program and drop programming tools into your stuff and say, oh, this code, this, give me this information, is this leave, this is this leave. So you have been able to train that machine over time. And like I would say, I mean, this is a women in AI, so I'm going to use relatable stuff like your child. If you train your child on sexual assault or any form of touch. I know mothers are doing that training now, where they'll say, if they touch you here, if they touch you here, if they touch you here, this is what you say, this is what you say. So you're not going to be your child like 247. So it is necessary that you have done this kind of training with your child. So when your child has this kind of training, your child can actually does not have to have you there every time. Once they do that kind of thing to your child, or something happens, with some of the instructions you are giving your child, he or she would literally, speak out and say, oh, this happened, that happened. And she would literally, or he would literally speak there on spot. So that's the same thing with machine learning. You don't have to always come back and code it to give you your what you're looking for. A typical machine learning or AI embedded thing would be what's it called? It can be what you experience with Power BI now. For those that use Power BI, there are ways you can query your Power BI and ask it to do stuff for you. So, I mean, these are like typical AI embedded tools into our daily stuff. So, into our daily tools that we probably use for those that use Power BI or all of these other query tools. So, I just had to use that very relatable example so that we will get familiar with machine learning. Types of machine learning: you have supervised learning, you have unsupervised learning, and you have reinforcement learning. Are we still together? Let me ensure we are together. Are we together? I think I should escape this, so I'm not just going on and on and on and on. Let me know. Are we together? Thumbs up if you're still together. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so basically, back to the class. I'm going to say this. So I was talking about types of machine learning. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, why are you acting up? It's 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay, while we're waiting for Mary, when everybody's using emoji, I was expecting us to use the black colored emoji, the African colored emoji. You know, we're saying AI used to be very biased. If you go on any generative AI tool, maybe you go on Mid Journey and you or Chat GPT and you ask for a picture of a lady sipping a cup, or you say a picture of a couple walking, is likely you're going to see white guys walking. You know, so African is a data mining ground for AI. But when it comes, yeah, I'm seeing the black. Yeah. Thank you. We are people of color. So yes, let's use black emoji now. It is always with the white. It is always with the white. You're asking for pictures. You're asking Mid Journey or you're asking any of these AI tools. Please give me a picture. Okay, Hannah, are you back? Okay, please give me a picture of someone walking in a beach or all that. They would definitely give you a white person's picture. It's until you state it there that I need a black or an African lady doing this, doing that before you see an African lady. So that's one thing with AI. Yeah, I'm strong. Thank you so much. I love that hand. I love the color, the chocolate color on the hand. Thank you so much. So that's just it. That is one of the reasons why we are here. African women in AI. That's why we're here. So we want an inclusive space in AI. So that AI can be able to do things, even to understand our languages. Yeah. So even when you're using Google Map, I was using my husband and I were going somewhere. So we're using Google Map in Nigeria. So some of the roads that the streets were about to turn and all of that. So the assistant was talking. If you see the pronunciation of the name, just the way Hannah said, I slaughtered her name. It was just slaughtering names of Anna. Are you back?
Yes, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay. Anna is taking over. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Really, I mean, like you said about the bias, I remember when I attended this data stuff in the area, and we were doing something. We did like just a prompt thing, and we asked for nurses. We had ChatGPT like give us a nurse, and he gave us. I mean, it gave us ChatGPT can become my boyfriend. God will help me. So I mean, it gave us what's it called? Sorry, that's in between. That's just a side joke. I mean, so he gave us a lady actually, and then we asked it, okay, give us a doctor. He gave us a guy, and I'm like, okay, that's bias right there, because I mean, for why exactly do you think there are no female doctors and there are no male nurses? So that's just something, and that's where Africans need to start training these models to ourselves. And that's something I've just come to tell people, that beyond, one of the things that there's this institution, I think policy one thing they are doing, I think they would have in their summit, gender based summit in September. I mean, September they would have that summit. And the thing is just that sometimes even we as data collectors, you need to start breaking this bias from the point of data collection. But that's not really where we are going to right now, right? So, but what I'm saying is, if this was a civic conversation, civic care conversation, or social impact training, I mean, that would be like the line I would probably want to talk on, which would be that from the point of data collection, do you even start breaking this bias? Your questions, how you ask your question, do you bring the gender perspective into your question? So these are like things that also helps to break this bias from the point of data generation, data collection, data analysis. All of these bias can be broken. Yeah, so supervised learning, like I said, what supervised learning is about is just majorly you predict the outcomes using label data. Like she mentioned earlier about the leave thing, they had to start showing it. They showed it different aspects of different types of leaves, and for you to pick the different labels, which she mentioned labeling, and they had to label that and tell it, oh, this is for this is for that. A simple example is you get a dog, your, I mean, for you that you're on a journey to start about machine learning, one of the very basic machine learning models that you can build, or tool you can build, is image classifier. You will probably find it if you Google. I mean, it's also going to be something I will share, which is I'm sharing today. I did a roadmap for you to actually, an effective and very reasonable roadmap to help you learn machine learning, and also pick some other training along the line. And why I'm saying effective and practical is a lot of people want to keep learning and keep learning, and we don't get our hands dirty, and it's just not going to work. It's not going to work, because before you wake up the next morning, another thing is out, another thing is popping out, and your portfolio is just looking like you've not done anything. I'm speaking from experience now, and it is necessary that as you learn, you actually immediately put it into practice and put it out there. Between I got my first job, I think, from my WhatsApp status. Let me put that out there. I got my first job in this whole thing from my WhatsApp status. I would later, maybe from the question time, I'll share more like there. So predict, one way that we have been able to use it, we are presently on this kind of project, which is include predicting disease outbreak or detecting email spams. So you will see that when your Gmail, there are some kind of mails that come into your Gmail, it automatically pushes it as spam. That's supervised learning right there, showing at your face, because they've been able to train it and pick that once you see this, they've labeled the data so much that once that kind of, if you go and check your spam messages, you're going to see that it's either unfamiliar or mails that they look like they are funny, or mails that you will just see. And that's why you see that when people want to send official stuff to you and they realize you're probably not made them you've not made them some level of maybe contact or something, they will tell you to maybe correct it and look out for it, so that their messages will not continuously be pushed to spam. So this is supervised learning. Unsupervised learning is discover hidden pattern on labeled data. So you can use this in your customer segmentation. I'm not just going to speak to civic now. I'm speaking to all those that business people. So like, you want to trace a businessman calls you and say that I want to be able to understand the customers that we have. This is where you can use machine learning too. I want to be able to understand the kind of customers that we have. You've built a Power BI dashboard. Beyond the customer kind of thing, Power BI dashboard, identifying products that sell, which is like a common Power BI dashboard I see now, sales management, something. So beyond that dashboard, you can connect a machine learning model you have built like this for customer segmentation, to help them understand their customers, to help them segment their customers literally. And that's unsupervised learning. You are not labeling, but you are feeding it with data enough for you to be able to drive the hidden patterns, to see and understand the customers, how they purchase stuff, how maybe this customer is consistent, maybe this customer is not consistent. This is unsupervised learning. Or detecting anomalies. That's for like those that in fintech, you will understand. I mean, I think there was somebody that said, oh, they are from fintech here. So I hope they, get what I'm saying. I think this should sound familiar to them. So can I get a thumbs up from the person? So majorly, it's for detecting anomalies. So if you, for example, you work in fintech or you work in a bank, that's where you see a bank would, OPay has something like that right now, where you want to make a transfer. They've been able to build that thing enough that when you want to make a transfer, it flags it and tells you, oh, something. Or sometimes it's now even call. They call you and say, you're about to do this. Oh, check it and ensure that it's not, you are safe. It's safe for you to pay. Yeah, OPay does it. Yes. So beyond even OPay in your bank, presently there are some banks that have started putting this into their system, where if they notice that there's this transaction that is fraudulent, they are going to flag it or pen it down. And for guys that have their own large capital business guys, once they notice that there are some transactions that are about to be made from your account and it does not check some things, the system will automatically just pen it. It won't let it fly. So that's like one of the ways where machine learning is also working beyond civic. Unsupervised learning does that. It will just check the trends, the pattern, and pick it in and do it by itself. I hope we got that, the difference between supervised and unsupervised. Did we get that? Did we get that? Can I see on a scale? Let me use that now. Did we get that? Okay, thank you, Panafis, Frank, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you, Ian, thank you, Peter. Yeah, okay, Monserrat, is that your hands up? Oh, okay. So if you have a question, please just drop it on the chat box, so we'll be good. So reinforcement learning is learning through trial and error with rewards. And that's majorly, you will see it in robots, you will see it in game AI. So all this robotics or self-driving cars. So you see it in the more the cars, the more they use it, the more the more they try. It's just like try and error, like the name implies. They just keep trying it, and then it keeps informing the model much more. Or they tell you that, oh, help us use a particular tool, help us do this. The more you use it, the more they impute those training back into the models, and it helps them to train these models much more. So that's reinforcement learning. Most times reinforcement learning are like tools that have to do with sensory, tools that have to do with beyond computer vision, sensory, human. I mean, they have, is more like deep learning tools. So that's where you find reinforcement learning most times. So, but then, like I said, that this is an introductory one, so don't get your head so bugged about that yet. It's better, there are simple ones that, like I said, that the image classifier, before you know it, you're already doing machine learning. So that's something that you can get your hands dirty with. Okay, so machine learning in everyday life. I would really love, I mean, I've already dropped this page. I would have just, please, beyond what I have on my screen, can you tell me, I need people to share with me everyday life things that you feel like, okay, these are probably machine learning based on what you've gained today, the knowledge you've gotten today. What do you think that the machine learning has been applied into? Like, how do you think they've applied machine learning to your casual life? I need to see examples. I need an example. I mean, from all what we have learned today, beyond what is on our screen already. Are we together? I just need to see examples. Okay. While I mention the ones I have here, I hope I would get examples of, machine learning, because that would help us. Okay, YouTube, thank you very much. YouTube, yeah. So while we are dropping it, I will say Netflix recommendation. When you go to your Netflix, you will see text auto complete. Yeah, that's true, text auto completion. More suggestions on Spotify. That's it. So Netflix recommendation use supervised learning to suggest shows to you. And once you come into Netflix, you see they will ask you some questions. That's they trying to understand your person and trying to put a label to your person. They'll tell you, pick the kind of movies, do this, do this, do this. They will suggest to you, you will pick it. That's literally supervised learning happening there in machine learning. Siri in iPhone, Alexa, exactly. Exactly. Siri in iPhone and Alexa, those are like NLP and translators. That's like what she mentioned the other time about the language thing, speaking to you and all of that. So that's it. WhatsApp chatbot, exactly. So you also have Google Maps traffic, combine supervised and reinforcement learning to predict traffic. So supervised, they have been labeled, but beyond the labeling, there's reinforcement learning to happening. You see that your Google Maps is telling you the best route, it's telling you this route, it's telling you, oh, this is what you should do, or you want to go to somewhere, it's helping you to find those places. And it also predicts traffic for Duolingo does that too, where they also use machine learning, which they Duolingo, what it does is it's using unsupervised and more of unsupervised and more of strongly unsupervised, because it helps you, it just sits and understand the pattern of the student. So the rate at which you learn is the rate at which they would, if they see that you're a slow learner, you're this, that's the rate at which they will continue to give you more, to learn. So that's for Duolingo. Then you have Instagram filters, leverages unsupervised and supervised learning for face detection. And you also have online banking from, which was what I mentioned earlier, utilizes unsupervised and anomaly detection to identify suspicious activity, where it's trying to identify those things. And beyond, beyond bank, you can actually use it too for a business person. Why I like to they will share this what's it called, will be shared with everybody, so you can have it. I think it will be shared so we can have access to it. So why I like this, why I'm going to be talking about civic, I'm also a business minded person, so I would like to also bring it to business. So imagine you are, rather than just sit down, find, there are people, there's problems around you, there's issues and challenges around you. So imagine you're already a data analyst, or I'm speaking to people that are probably just data analysts now. So imagine you're probably a data analyst, and instead of just building Power BI tools or Tableau dashboards and all of that, I want to imagine then I can build a tool that I can sell to business people and tell them that you can use this to trace anomalies or fraud in your payment stuff. Maybe your customer or your sales personnel or your staff, you can use this to, trace any kind of fraud that is going on. This is just based on the data, and it's just something that once the data can assess, and once they have the right data to answer the issue, you can build it too. So, and the good thing now is that they are very, very, they are affordable tools, and also they are tools that you can use on lower scales to actually do some of these things, and you don't have to, break the bank. So it's not necessary that you must enter this niche and say that you want to face just drafting Power BI, doing Power BI, because your Power BI must actually be creating solutions beyond just doing and building aesthetics, beautiful Power BI or dashboards rather. I keep saying Power BI, that's because that's what I use most times. So yeah, dashboards. So yeah, I've spoken to machine learning every day in our life. So for us in the civic tech, I'm going to use one of something we are working on presently, and that would be machine learning in civic tech. Like I said, oral data science. You can check this this tool online. Check mypsc.org. This particular interface of the project has not been embedded into the tool, but you are going to find the tool very, 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 if you're in the health sector, in fact, if you are in anything data, just find this tool. It's going to be useful to you. Check mypsc.org. And what it does is basically we have been able to collect data sets from over 20 states now on primary healthcare facilities, and we've been able to collect variables, almost 70 points of variables now. I'm talking from building structure to services to even what's it called now, to even those that they call those that how do they label them now, those that they call those that need, maybe they are blind or they can't see. I'm sorry that I'm saying it this way. I'm trying to remember the actual name now, but it's not coming to my head. So basically, we've been able to collect data from primary healthcare, and I think presently we've been able to collect over, if not over 2,500 primary healthcare data sets, and across we've collected like 70 to 90 data points. So you know what I'm talking about now, and you would have it, but what you have presently on the site is for 300, over 300 primary healthcare. You are trying to embed the remaining ones, bring in the remaining ones and put it into the stuff. So basically, check my PST to what it does. I'm explaining it because I'm going to use it as an example here, is to identify this primary healthcare and make all of their data, all of their problems obvious. Let the world know what's going on. Let the world understand the state of the primary healthcare. Guess what? There are some primary healthcare centers that on at the back end for the Nigerian system, they exist, but on ground they don't exist. Trust me. That's the thing we have. They don't exist. They are not there. And there are even some that they do exist, but the state of that primary healthcare, in fact, it should be tagged a mortuary, not a primary healthcare. I'm sorry, I don't need to really say I'm sorry about that right now, but if there's a government official here, please, it's just to hold us all accountable. So beyond that, that's what Check My PAC tool has done, and it's in different states. You can go, you have dashboard, you have the tool itself, you can pick the primary healthcare, you can check it, you can see the state, you can see. So if you have your state, you can go to that site and we will soon be loading. And one of the good things about that tool is also that you can request data sets from us, and we can give you data sets for your research and for what you want to do. And we have journalists, that have partnered with us and write, they write stories back to back with this data set. And we've had governors rise up and be held accountable to, to go fix stuff in some of these sectors. So these two are machine learning in this. Now I'm going to explain machine learning in this. So basically, the problem is we want to identify equipment shortages in primary healthcare. For example, what we noticed is that most of those in the northern area have buildings, but they don't have staff. And then when I say buildings, like massive, nice buildings, except for those that are in security tense area, maybe from the burning or from insecurity issues that have happened, those buildings are dilapidated and all of that. But most of them have, great, nice buildings and all of that, but no staff. And then you have states like Osun State, no strong facilities, no strong buildings, but their staff. Then you enter into an hospital or a primary health care center in Osun State. You have like 5 nurses sitting down. You have different, this one, that one, community health, healthcare personnel. And you see them there like that. But that's like a misplaced priority, because if there's no data or a tool to show what is needed for each of these states, unique solutions to states, then things like this will continue. Where you get to Osun State, for example, you're going to see a lot of solar panels and all of that. Yeah, I think that's a project they did maybe 2 years or 3 years ago. So you're going to see a lot of solar panels provided, but they are not so much, equipment to actually treat people. Or beyond Osun State, now let's go to Cross River. There are issues too like this. Different states with their different challenges. So one of the problems that we are encountering presently is that we've realized that there's a generalized, solution going on, which is not the best way. If you are going to address issues, you need to deal with the community and understand what that community is dealing with. And then that way you'll be able to address their challenge. So a tool was, it's necessary that we build that tool that it will identify the equipment shortages and be able to say that, for example, an healthcare facility in Taraba State that has, a lot of vaccine boxes and all of that, but there's no form of power supply. How will those things survive? I mean, that's like misplaced priority already. They are not going to survive. So that's basically, I'm trying to help you create a mind of solution, a design or solution kind of mindset. So that was necessary for us to say, okay, how do we identify equipment shortages in primary healthcare? One of the best tools you can use at that point is, I don't want to always come and search and check and do this and do that, to identify the shortages of this primary healthcare, that primary healthcare. Immediately in my head, I'm thinking, what can help me predict? What can help me identify it as soon as it has access to the data set? Boom, in my head, it's machine learning. So from machine learning, it can help me predict it. Then what is the goal? use data to automatically detect under-equipped or poorly performing healthcare centers. What are the models used? These are like things that you will come to meet as you are learning or as you learn machine learning. Models use that decision tree or random forest classifier, and basically that's like it classifies and most like you are converting. It works more with numbers, so you're classifying most of your alphanumeric or alphabetical data points into when I say data values now, you're converting them into numbers, ones and zeros, because I mean that's what decision tree, most of this, these particular models, that's what they really, or how they really work. And then what are the futures? Futures are variables. When they say variables now, those are like the data sets collected to solve this problem. I want to know if this girl will, if this is a girl or a boy. One of the features is, I'm supposed to be picking the features from a lady, and then I'm supposed to be picking features from a guy. If I want to know if an animal is a goat or a dog, one of the features you are considering is the for, or you're considering the eye, or you're considering the for of the body, how the for stand, how all of that, or you want to consider know the, and if it's a snake or a dog. Those are features, the variables that make up the problem you are trying to solve. And in this situation, we have the numbers and the types of available medical equipment. You have the staffing levels. I mean, what's the total number of staff that you have there? It will shock you to know that, I think 70 or 80% of across Nigeria, 70 or 80% are understaffed, or beyond just understaffed now. Most times you don't have doctors there. Most times it is community health care personnel that you will find. So patient
Thank
volume,
you, Hannah.
you want to know the total.
Uh,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Our time is up. Okay, do you want to quickly round up?
God, I'm so sorry. That's fine. Okay, let me just
Yes.
quickly round up. Yeah, so
Okay, thank you.
machine learning project walk through step by step. So you define the problem, like I said, have a problem mindset, gather the data, collect your relevant information that you need to solve the problem. Then you clean and prepare the data. You train the model just like the first speaker spoke on, and then you test your accuracy, and then you deploy and monitor. Most times you are deploying into a tool, or you're deploying into a dashboard. So it could be your Power BI dashboard or a tool like a website tool. Then how can you start your machine learning journey? Learn the basics from your Excel, your data analysis, to your Python. They are majorly, when I say Python now, there are some tools, there are some, what's it called? There are some languages that are key to machine learning that you can learn, and then practice hands-on, join competitions, experiment what you have learned, and also join communities, such as this community now. You have a lot of information being shared on Twitter. There are communities on LinkedIn, there are communities you can join, and even on Instagram, there are people you can follow that will share stuff consistently. Then use your context, whatever sector you are in, use it to find the problem. Always start with a problem mindset. Whatever thing you want to learn, start with a problem mindset. It's going to make it easy for you. And I have machine learning use cases across sectors: business, marketing, finance, education, even events and entertainment, healthcare, agriculture, transportation, and logistics. Like I said, it's already in this sheet. And like I said earlier, that I have a machine learning roadmap for us. It's a bonus that I added to this training that you can use. Trust me, it's very, very effective. It's more realistic, and it's easy for someone with low code skills. And you would find your way. Before you know it, you have built your first machine learning model. So the best way to predict the future, like I always say, is to create it. There are issues that you have probably thought about maybe like 3-4 years ago. They are presently now the future we are in, or sorry, the now that we are in. So the same way now, you have to begin to think about stuff, think ahead. And there are also these things that would happen in the future. People have started thinking about it now, and they are happening already. And I would say, stay curious, keep learning, nothing is hard. If you find my journey, if you hear my story, you will know what I'm saying, that it's not hard. You just need to put your mind to it. And please, let's build something meaningful together. It's more about impact for me beyond just aesthetics and stuff. It's more about impact. So you can follow me on LinkedIn, Naye Joanna, that's my name on LinkedIn. You can follow me on LinkedIn. And yeah, I actually used to I share stuff. Sometimes I get busy, but I share stuff on my LinkedIn, you know, learning resources and insights that I've learned over time from my experience. And between, I need to also let us know that this presentation was built with AI. So you need to get to start using AI. And it didn't really take me so much time. I just had to put in my own input into it, and it built it for me. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you so much, Mary. You heard her. She said that make sure you join a community, and one of those community you can join is us, African Women in Artificial Intelligence. We are here for you. And please, we are having an event coming up by the end of this month. It will be a networking event. Like if you want to meet Anna, if you want Anna to mentor you, you want Mary to mentor you, we have a lot of advanced AI innovators in our community. And if you need their mentorship, please, that networking program is for you. And I'm going to drop my email here at the comment section. So should in case you did not get your gift, you know, I said everybody gets a gift by you fill the feedback form, and your email, of course, you will input your email. One of the questions that are on the feedback form is your email, is putting in your email address. So we'll send your gifts through your mail. But if it hasn't gotten to you, please, my email is down there. And please join our community, and we want you to be available for the next one as well. The next event we are having will communicate to everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Loretta. Loretta is down there helping me. Thank you, Deep Funding. Thank you for everyone that made this possible. I thank you so much. So have a lovely day. If you want to reach out to me, please, like I said, my email is down there. And please, feel free to join our community. The link is in the chat section. The link to our WhatsApp, Discord, and everything. This WhatsApp section is always bubbly. So please, don't let this place be the last place I'll see your face. Let us see on WhatsApp. And let us prepare for our upcoming networking events. We have a lot of things planned. You will meet great people that they are willing to mentor you, and they'll hold your hands like this into AI. So thank you so much. I love everyone. I'll miss you all till the next event. Bye.